Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a life update. Since it's 2020, it's a new year, and I actually have a lot of new subscribers from the videos I did over the holidays. I figured I'd just do a life update you guys on what's going on in my life, because there's a lot of things that are happening in the near future, and I just figured it was a good opportunity to like slip this right into my videos. So that's what I'm doing. I hope you guys like this video. I don't know how long or short it's going to be. Also, the audio is a little messed up because I have to hold this and look at the questions you guys asked me, but also like talk into it. So if it gets weird, I apologize. Anyway, I'd like to point out the fact that I'm using a reusable straw. I'm doing my part to save those turtles. I'm just gonna get right into this. I don't want to make a long, annoying intro. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Hope you guys enjoy it. I'm gonna answer your guys' questions, and then I will talk about some of my own things that I have planned to talk about in this video anyway, but I want to make sure I get to your guys' questions. So I asked you guys to just give me ideas of things to talk about or questions to answer, and I haven't looked at any of these yet, so I'm like shaking because I'm so cold. I just drank all that cold water. I want this to be like I'm just talking to you guys. Like if you're watching this video, wherever you are, think of it like we're besties. Okay, here are the questions. Okay, first one, this is actually very appropriate for this time. How do you handle school stress when it happens? I honestly, to be 100% like put it all out there, I have not been handling my school stress well. When I'm stressed out, I procrastinate because I'm stressed about stressing out about it, if that makes any sense. So that's one thing I am working on, is not procrastinating, because ever since I got into high school, which I'm a freshman, ever since like middle of first semester, I've gotten into the worst habits of procrastination. And obviously I have this channel and I have a ton of other commitments and other things I'm involved in, and so it doesn't help me out in the long run. Like I don't have time to edit my videos because my school should be my first priority, and I am just waiting till the last minute. I'm always like, I have to do my homework first. I'm doing my homework first before I do everything, and I'm not done with my homework until like midnight because I put it off for so long. So to be honest, I don't really have an answer for you, but I would just say time management is probably the best thing. I just say like do everything right away. Try to stay on top of things and get things done. Okay, next question. I got a couple of these actually. This is all boyfriend related. Do you think you'll get a boyfriend soon? Do you want a boyfriend? This person, I love you so much in your videos. I love you too, thank you. Do you have a boyfriend or boy best friend? Do you have a boyfriend or a crush? Okay, to answer the boyfriend part, I don't have a boyfriend. I probably am gonna use that to clickbait you in some way. I'm so sorry. Do I want a boyfriend? I mean, I'm not looking for a boyfriend, but if a guy, comes into my life and God just like places him there, will I reject it? Anyway, all jokes aside, I'm not like looking for a boyfriend. I am perfectly happy. Like I'm 15 years old. I'm really young. I have a whole life ahead of me. That's not something I should be worried about. But if God decides I need a man in my life, will I say no? We'll leave it at that. Next question. Okay, I got two of these, or two or three. Do you have a boy best friend? I think, yeah, just two of them. I don't have a boy best friend, but I have really good guy friends. I think it's fun hanging out with guys and girls in a friend group. I don't have like one specific boy best friend. Next one, this is a good one. Do you love YouTube as much as when you started? I think the YouTube platform, like as a whole, has really evolved. And I would say I'm just as passionate about making videos. I was maybe a little bit more excited about it because it was something new and it was a new creative outlet, but I love YouTube so much. There are some negative sides to YouTube for sure that I don't agree with, but there's a lot of positives to YouTube also, and I would say, yeah, I love YouTube just as much, if not more, that I have a growing platform, because I just love making YouTube videos and it's so much fun to me. Like I get to sit here and do this. This is just crazy. Do you have tips for anxiety? I would say my biggest tip for anxiety is to just pray. I know that sounds so cliche, but I literally had a panic attack in the middle of my math test the other day because I blanked and I forgot how to do something. And when it comes to school, I'm really hard on myself. So I was like, how did I forget this? Like I literally like started to have a panic attack, and then I was like, I just need to pray. And so I prayed, and then I went up to my teacher and she helped me and she gave me like the tiniest hint, and I figured it out, and I was like, oh my gosh, how did I forget that? But I think just praying is a really important thing to do, and just like to focus on your breathing, because then it will distract you from what you're like having a panic attack about. I don't really know. Talking to somebody is really helpful, more so in person than like over Snapchat or texting or anything like that, because I feel like it's really grounding. Okay, this is a good question. How do you have such great relationships with your friends and family? Also, how do you spend time with God when you're really busy? Those are two really good questions. For the first one, how do I have such great relationships with my friends and family? When it comes to my friends, I see a lot of people, especially at my school, that are like hanging out with I don't know how to say this without offending someone, but hanging out with essentially the wrong group of people. I think a big part of who you are is who you surround yourself with, and my friends are such an important part of my life that I literally don't know what I'd do without my friends. I have such great friends, and I feel like a big part of that is because if I were to ever go up to someone and introduce myself and I get like a weird vibe from them, or I know that they're not into things that I necessarily agree with, I will remove myself from that situation. Oops, I just shook the camera. So I feel like it's really important to notice who you surround yourself with. I think I've just been really blessed to have really good friends, and I think I have a good intuition when it comes to knowing who I should and shouldn't be hanging out with. And when it comes to my family, I've just been really blessed in this department as well. And I really don't want this to come off as me being braggadocious about like the things I've been blessed with, but I seriously, by the grace of God, been blessed to grow up in a really loving home. Obviously, like my family is not perfect. We fight all the time. In any relationship, in any situation, I think communication is a huge factor. So I think if you're having struggles with your family, I think you should just go talk to them. And I know it's a really hard thing to do, especially if your parents don't want to listen to you. Maybe you could leave them a voicemail, write them a note, or anything like that. Your family really does love you and they want what's best for you, even if it doesn't seem like that. Okay, the next question, what is it like having an identical twin sister? It's really cool to have a twin sister. Me and Allie are so competitive, but we kind of bounce off each other and we make each other better. And it's just really cool to have someone who lives with you that's in the exact same stage of life as you, going through a lot of the same things, and you know you always have someone. So I personally really like having an identical twin sister. Also, while I'm looking for my little question sticker, I think I freaking deleted it. I got my hair done today and I love it. I don't know if you guys notice the difference, but I've never had my hair done professionally before. The girl that did it, she reached out to me on Instagram and she asked me if I wanted to come in, and she like gave me a huge discount. Anyway, I don't know if you can tell, but she cut and balayaged my hair and I love it. So I'm gonna link her page down below. Okay, I found some, but I don't think this is from the one where I asked for life updates. I think I just asked for people to ask me questions, but I just never got to responding to them on Instagram. Okay, the first one's from Bella Van Gogh, and she asked, what Bible verses get you through your hardest days? BRB. Okay, so this is my Bible. I have another one that I bring to Bible class and stuff, but I have this one that sits on my nightstand. So this Bible I read all the way through in the year 2017. I was in 6th and 7th grade, if I remember correctly. One thing that has really helped me, and the one thing that I've continuously gone back to, is this thing right here. So I actually originally saw this on Visco, and I was like, I'm writing this in my Bible immediately. So you can't really see it. It's my 6th grade handwriting, but it's you say, God says versus chart. That was the Holy Spirit. Anyway, I'll just read a couple of them. And these are some of my favorite verses that help me for hard days. So it's like, I'm afraid, I have not given you fear. 2 Timothy 1:7. I feel alone, I will never leave you. Hebrews 13:5. I can't forgive myself, I forgive you. Romans 8:1. So the second phrase I'm saying is as if God is telling you that, and it's just super helpful to have this to go back to. I can't figure it out, I will direct your steps. I'm too tired, I will give you rest. It's impossible, all things are possible. And so on and so forth. What would you name your kids? I have a list. Should I give them all away? I'll just do like 2 of each gender. Okay, I had to pause for a second and decide which ones I wanted to show. So for the 2 of the boy ones, we have Hunter James. Hunter just because I like the way it sounds, and James because my dad's middle name is James. And then we also have Grayson Rhett. I don't know about the middle name Rhett though. I like the name Grayson because you call him Gray. I just think that's cute. The girls, we have Mackenzie K. Mackenzie because I just like Kenzie, I think it's cute. The middle name would be Kay, but Kaye, because one of my really good friends, Macy, her middle name is Kay, and I just like the way it sounds. So it'd be like Kenzie Kay. And then the final name that I will share is Brinley Ann. I don't know about how the middle name in that name flows, and I'm also worried about the spelling of Brinley. You could do a Brynlie, like you could do so many spellings. That's like Caitlin. That's the name Caitlin. There's like 10,000 spellings. And then Ann because both my grandma's middle names were Ann and my middle name's Ann. So I've got to carry on that family name somehow. And then you could also call her Bryn, which I think is pretty. Okay, I think that's where I'll end off. I have some more questions, but I'm just gonna save this for other videos because I don't want this to go on too long. I thought I had things to say like that were not of your guys' questions, just from my own life, but I think they all pretty much were answered in questions you guys asked. So thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for my next video. It will be up next Sunday, like all my videos at noon Pacific Standard Time. You are all the best, and I will see you soon with a new video. Bye guys. Mwah.